Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. As always, my name is Santiago. I'm very glad that you're back here in the channel seeing another tutorial. Today we're gonna be checking out part 2 of Letsenhance IO. If you haven't seen the previous video, I really invite you to do so. Letsenhance.io is a software that is used, as its name implies, to enhance old pictures and to modify them for different purposes. In the previous video, we went about the basic functions of Letsenhance.io. We used some tools to colorize all pictures. We restored some pictures as well. And all in all, we saw the very basic functions that the software has to offer. As I told you in the previous video as well, I'm going to be making a 5-part tutorial on Letsenhance.io. This is the second part. If you don't want to miss any of the parts, I really invite you guys to subscribe to the channel and comment on the videos what you think about these tutorials. We're going to be using the free version of the software. As you see right here on my screen, we have 6 credits left regarding the account that we created in the previous video. But if you want to use the paid version, we have some affiliate links on the description box down below for you to use all of the tools that the software has to offer as well. So today we're gonna go about some of the more advanced, let's say, functions that Letsenhance.io has, and for us to use images in different scenarios and different functionalities. So I'm gonna make my face disappear so you can see my screen much better. See you guys at the end. We have right here the account that we created on the previous usage of Letsenhance.io. We had this image that we restored using the software. But what we're gonna do today, first of all, is to use an image and upscale it for us to use in a printing scenario. We're gonna be talking about a term called DPI. I have a tab right here opened from the Letsenhance frequently asked questions. DPI basically means dots per inch. So the higher the DPI on an image, the clearer and the more defined the image is going to be. We have the example right here of this 50 dpi image and this 300 dpi image. You can use the software to increase the DPI of the images, so if you want to print them, they won't look as blurry as this one, but they will look crisp and sharp as this one on the right. We have a little table right here that Letsenhance.io has on its frequently asked questions area. It has some recommended DPI for print sizes. Most of them are 300 dpi. This is a really good number in order to get a crisp and sharp image. So if you want to use a 4:6 photo, the recommended DPI is 300, as well as 8:10 and as well as 18:24. A billboard is much bigger, so the DPI won't need to be that high because people won't look at it that close. You're gonna be looking at a billboard from a really long distance, so you're not gonna be checking out the individual dots per inch. Right here we have another useful information that Letsenhance.io shows us, how far away you need to be in order for you to have in your mind a really clear and sharp picture. If you're less than 1 foot away from the image, you're gonna need a 300 or plus DPI image. If you're 3 feet apart, the DPI is gonna be a bit lower because, as I was saying, for example, in the billboard example, you're not gonna be looking at that image that up close. So if you are 3 feet apart, the DPI is a bit lower, 180. If you're 6 feet apart, this is gonna be half of this DPI. And if you're 20 or more feet from the image you're trying to look at, the DPI is gonna be just 30 as the billboard image right here. The last part of this explanation right here that says DPI for different use cases. If we want to use web images, the DPI is not gonna be that high, as you see right here, just from 72 to 96. But for example, if you want to use the image for a magazine, if you want to print it in a magazine, the DPI is gonna be 300 because you need the image to be a bit crisper. Fine art prints, let's say that these are prints in books regarding art or something like that, the DPI is gonna be much higher. It could be up to 600. So let's say that we want to print an image that we have that is not that recent. I have this image that I downloaded from my Facebook account that is from 2008. And as you see right here, is not that big of an image. It's just 600 by 453 pixels. If I were to print this image, it would come out really blurry and it won't look that good. We can see the input tab and the output tab if we were just to enhance it using these presets that we have on the right. If we left the old photo applied, the final resolution would be twice as the original resolution, and the print size would be this one, 10 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. It won't be that big, but the DPI would be exactly what we want it to be, 300. If we want to change these presets, we could go to the preset tab on the right of the operation tab, and we could pick from a bunch of different options, and the resolution and the print size would change. All of them have a 300 DPI set as a default, because that is the magic number that we want when we're printing an image that we're gonna be looking up a bit up close. So let's say that we want to print a big image, an 18 by 12 inches image. This would change the resolution very much. It would be more or less 10 times the resolution of the original image. And if we click on enhance, the software is going to take a couple of minutes to create the image that we want to use in a printing scenario. So this is the image that the software created. If we go about the really zoom in version, you can see that the eyes are much clearer, the fur is much clearer as well as the fabrics in the carpet behind him. I'm gonna download the image and we can check out the original image. This is the original image. As you see, it's really small. If we were to print this, it would look not that good. And we can see the enhanced version. As you see, it's much clearer. It is much more accurate for printing in a big format. Once again, the original image and the enhanced image. None of the detail is lost in the enhanced version. We can clearly see his eyes, his face, the carpet behind him. As I showed you in the previous video, we have some AI templates, let's say, that we can pick from. In the previous video, we used the gentle one and the strong one, as well as the old photo. So if you want to check out all of those functions, I really invite you to check out the previous video that we uploaded to the channel. I'm gonna be using this image once again for a different scenario. Let's say that you don't want to print the image, but you want to use it in a web page. But as we know, most of screens nowadays have a much higher resolution capabilities than they had on 2008 when this image was created. So if we would want to use this image in a web page, we would need to enhance it and upscale it for web usage. For that purpose, we can pick from these different templates. Once again, let's say that digital art is the one that we want to use, because it really enhances the resolution of the original image for us to use on a web page, for example. Before we enhance the image, I want to show you some advanced options that we have on the bottom right here. We can pick different formats for the final image, and these formats are gonna be used for different purposes. We have two different options to pick from. We have JPEG or PNG, or we could leave it in auto. I'm gonna tell you when you should use this option and when you should use the PNG option. The JPEG file is one of the most common ways to store digital photos. It goes through a compression process, so the size of the image is significantly reduced, but as a result, the definition is not that clear as when you're using a PNG file. The PNG file stands for Portable Network Graphics Files, and it can handle much more colors than the JPEG file. It is most used for web graphics, logos, charts, illustrations, and so on. It is more artistically aimed, let's say. So in this scenario that we're looking at, that I was telling you that we were going to be using this image for a web page, a PNG format would be much more suited for the final image. I'm going to enhance the picture and see what the software creates using the digital art preset and the PNG format. So this is the picture that Letsenhance AO created. It is a bit similar to this one, but it didn't increase the dimensions that much. It just made them like 3 times as big or 4 times as big. And as always, you can download the image for you to use in different scenarios and different cases in your work or your personal life. That's pretty much it for this second part of the Letsenhance AO tutorial. As I was telling you in the previous previous video, using this software is really easy. It's really intuitive. You get a handle of the software really fast. It is not hard to use at all. I really hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys. I'm planning on making 3 more videos regarding this software, Letsenhance.io. If you don't want to miss any of them, I really invite you guys to subscribe to the channel. Once again, my name is Santiago. I'm really happy that you're here. I want to read all of your comments down below. And without further ado, see you on the next video. Bye bye.